Madrid versus Barcelona. It's called the El Clásico. And of course, as Fan365, we are here to help you make those picks, to make sure that you climb up that leaderboard. I am Ubongani, and of course, I'm joined by Sipo as well as Nix. Gents, this is the game that we might think it separates Spain into two, but it definitely does separate the world into two.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very big game. Two teams, probably not at their best, but then again, form goes out the window when it comes to these games. Like, I just want to know from you guys, the spine of your team, those 5-6 players that everyone needs to have on their team. Nick, let me start with you.
Yeah, so it's difficult to call because I mean both teams are coming in with red hot guns blazing. It's El Clásico at the end of the day. It's a big game. So for me, I think my goalkeeper is gonna be Szczesny. I don't want anything simple. It's Szczesny. It's gonna be. I mean, he got 13 points last game. Not the best, but
team already lost.
you are like that. Okay, I don't know if I should say the rest of my team now. Then in defense, I think I'm going to have the Gonzalez, the strong jet in the back there, with 53 points in his last game as well, fantasy points. Midfield, you can't go wrong with Yamal. You can't disagree there.
Wow. What can I say?
Yamal with 103 fantasy points as well. Strong favorite, maybe it's on the captain's choice. And then the re-emergence of the boy Rashford. I mean, look what he's doing.
Hell no.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. You can't tell me hell no with 102 points.
You're right there. And obviously, Siga, you have a different view, especially with regards to the goalkeeping situation and Rashford. You seem to agree with the others, but with those two,
you're not having it. I'll only agree with Yamal. Again, because Dembele is not there in any of the teams. So yeah, I would pick Lamine Yamal. But apart from that, starting from the keeper, I'd go with Courtois over Szczesny on any day. I think Belgium is producing goalkeepers these days. We saw Lamens getting us some points from Man United. But yeah, I would go with Courtois. At the back, I'd go with Militao.
Injury prone, sorry.
Yeah, and again, last match, coming back from injury, he's got 65 fantasy points. Match before that, he scored a goal. So yeah, I would have him at the back. I'll take your Lamine Yamal midfield, but if I were to compare the winners, there's no way I'd have Rashford over Vinny. I think Vinicius, it's a definite pick. But all around in that midfield, I think my top player is Jude Bellingham. I would go with Bellingham, and up front, obviously, it's Mbappe or nothing.
So that makes up the spines that you guys are talking about here of the team. You did mention that you would consider making Lamine Yamal your captain on the day. I mean, of course, against that Real Madrid defense that seems to lack that experience, especially in big games like this one, would you consider making him your captain?
Look, I mean, Lamine Yamal is a baller. We all know there's no disputing that. He came second in the Ballon d'Or rankings for a reason at such a young age. Messi-esque, if I can say. But a player for me who's had a resurgence is Jude Bellingham. I mean, you look at in the Champions League, his last game, he got 88 fantasy points. And he hasn't been great, but it's coming back. Because, in that England team, he wasn't selected. He was carrying a bit of a niggle, I will admit that, but he has to be at the top of his game to make that England team for the World Cup. So I think he's a good pick.
Good pick. Siga, do you perhaps have a different view?
Captain's pick, I'd go with Mbappe. They are playing against a Barcelona who plays a high line. With Mbappe's pace and skill, he's definitely getting the goals on this match. So yeah, I would captain Mbappe, just for those extra points on the leaderboard.
So would you agree that this will be a high scoring match? And the reason why I'm asking this is, are you considering having more offensive players than defensive players?
Yep, going on to this match, I think I'd select a back three, probably have 4 or 5 in midfield and 2 or 3 up front. So probably 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. I think it's more attack on this one. Expecting at least 4 or more goals in this match.
4 or more goals. I mean, if that does happen, it's definitely going to be a great game to watch. 100%. Not only to watch, but also in terms of points.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, not at all. Not in the slightest. I think it's going to be more of a cagey game, because Madrid also have a youthful team. Barca's also got, like a mixture of youth and experience, combining with the injuries. I think it's going to be they're going to be a bit tentative, feel each other out. I think it's going to be like a 1-2-0 if that. So I
No
think
chance.
I think defenses.
No chance. Looking at probably their last 8 matches, you don't have a match with less than 3 goals.
In fact, in the last game that they played, it ended 4-3 to
Yes,
Barcelona.
it did.
So if we do get something like that, then I mean we're in for a very good game. We're in for a game that will produce high fantasy points because of the goals. But let us take this opportunity to remind you that if you have not registered on Fanstars, this is an opportunity to do so. There's no bigger game than the El Clásico. Make that registration, sign up, put in that deposit, and let's meet each other on the leaderboards. This is Fan365. Until next time, it's goodbye.